Today's Wednesday. I got work tomorrow and Friday. In between that, I'm going to try fit in some editing and I'm going to try shoot some content today. I finally realized this is the passion. This is the love and joy. This is something I'm willing to give 110% in. And God knows that if it doesn't work out, well, then at least I gave it my all. And I'd rather give it my all and end up being homeless because it didn't work out on the worst case scenario, rather than not giving it my all, playing it safe and living a miserable life. It's like the idea of being able to create videos, motivation, inspire you guys, through my journey, tell you my life story. It's a motivation in itself, keeping myself accountable because, I know I've got you guys on the other end. I'm doing this for you. I'm trying to just, help give you some ideas. I may make some mistakes along the way. At the end of the day, we're all human. We make mistakes, whatever they may be. We own up to them and we move on and we learn from them. That's the biggest thing. And that could be applied in so many situations. You make a mistake in the gym, you're not lifting properly, you learn from it. You make a mistake in work, I make a mistake in a YouTube video or something turns out to be wrong. I don't know. All right, cool. I'll own up to it and then I'll admit when I go wrong. Because really, I started committing to the weight loss journey since last year, August, September, October last year. The aim was to get really lean by last year's summer, like early January 2023. You don't realize how long or how much body fat I was carrying around, even though you start seeing some muscles in optimum lighting and all that sort of stuff. I'm only now starting to get relatively lean and see how much actual muscle mass I have. Yeah, look, so eventually when I get shredded, I can take some amazing pictures and inspire you guys and just show you that. Obviously, I'm going to try look as amazing as I possibly can. If you guys think I've taken anything, that's a fucking pleasure. That is a compliment and a half because I've always wanted to have a great, amazing physique. I've only now figured out my diet and what works for me. Like, it was all trial and error. Going through all this binge eating, which I can talk about. And if you guys struggle with that and you're like, well, how do I get into shape? Like, binge eating was a big one. Using an air fryer was another one. And I finally realized I don't need to count calories. I can estimate what I'm having. 2 meals a day does me good. It keeps me on a weight loss journey because most of those meals I know what I have and I can actually decently enjoy it. Thanks to this bloody air fryer, makes cooking so much easier. It's crazy because it's so much safer too. You don't have to mind the hot plate. You don't have to worry about the house burning down. Most of the time you just chuck it in there, set yourself a timer on your phone if you have like a double-story house or some shit and then you can't hear it, so you put a timer on there. Jesus, it keeps you more productive. And but right now I need to build up my social media. I want to take this seriously and I see potential and I believe in myself and what I can achieve, as you should within yourself as well. And if that's something you want to do, just fucking go for it. That's all I can say. Who cares what everyone says, whether they believe in you, whether you have their support or not. If that's what you want to do, the only thing that's stopping you is yourself. So just take a hard look in the mirror and figure out what's stopping you really and go for it, all right? Just do that because anyone can do it, as long as you put in the work and the hours and you make those necessary sacrifices in terms of going out, partying, drinking and all that sort of stuff. You show everyone else how it's done and then they can look to you as an example. And I'm rambling on, so I can definitely make another video. But anyway, I gotta get to the gym. But unfortunately, today is leg day. Might have something small beforehand. Maybe some chips. I like chucking some chips in the air fryer. I'm gonna have maybe some nice little bit of chicken skewers. Yummy. My room, my bed's a bit of a mess at the moment, so priorities. So anyways, without further ado, let's get started. If you put baking paper around it, it cleans it up a little bit. Alright, I'm selecting number 1, keep it at 200 degrees, and I'm just going to put it in for about half an hour and put it for 35. I find that when it's frozen, it can take a little bit longer, but that's alright because I'm going to do a few things in the meantime. I don't have to worry about oil. I don't have to worry about splashing and all this mess. Nah, I just put the baking paper in there. That's like the best hack. 30 meters, the most I could find all in one. Look, I chucked in there. I'm talking to you. I don't have to mind. I don't have to like splatter. Like, well, I'm gonna do some more chicken skewers like I did in the video. Ooh. I mean, it's gonna take 30 minutes. Those skewers might take maybe 15, 20 minutes. Nonetheless, I'm telling you, it's pretty fucking good. All right, look, I changed my mind. I went in the fridge and I saw it was already open. Forgive me, the packet was a bit broken, but it's still good. I found these chicken drumsticks. I'm having 2 meals today. All right, I'm not going crazy. I'm still on the cut. It's good leg day today, so I need the carbs. I need to feel a bit full. I don't feel weak. Because eventually, once I achieve my goal of getting lean and shredded, I can focus on building back my strength. Strength isn't the priority. I lift whatever I lift, as long as the intensity is there. I might not be the strongest dude, so I'm not focused on that. I want to focus on getting lean. It doesn't matter about the numbers. What truly matters is that you're doing better than yesterday, and it's not just about the numbers. It's about how you feel, it's about how healthy you are, it's about your mental state with life. Because, you know, at the end of the day, as much as I'm a gym junkie or I'm a gym dude or I'm a gym bro, as much as I am that, there's other priorities in your life as well. And, you know, we all want to live a successful, prosperous life. In order to do that, you need to do the right things. It's about being better than yesterday. Because I know that once I increase my calories, once I get lean and I slowly increase my calories to the point where I can actually fully understand the extent of which I can eat and stay relatively lean. Is that 3 meals comfortably a day? Probably. Maybe 4 meals. Maybe, you know, maybe it's roughly around the 3,000 calories, right? But I've always been so constantly focused on losing weight and being in that deficit. I've never really properly focused on being in a surplus by enough. So I've always gone to one extreme or the other, and that's not how it's done. So got into a good headspace, I figured out my diet, I figured out what works for me. Find the foods that work for you. Learn how to track the foods, all right? I'm gonna chuck in about 2 drumsticks with some chips. Like, mind you, all I've had was a protein coffee, which probably was about 400 calories, give or take. I'm just focused on maintaining what I have, and I still got plenty of body fat left to shred, so I don't have to worry about like losing muscle. Eating, for me, once I start eating more, I'm gonna gain that muscle back anyway, because it's a gift and a curse. I can gain weight easy and I can also lose weight easy if I'm consistent and I do the right things and I'm in the deficit. So anyways, there's already been 10 minutes. 1, 2. I literally considered whether I should put a third, but no, 2's enough. Gonna go 200 degrees, we'll go about 35 minutes. Now I literally just let it sit there for 35 minutes. Now I can go do whatever the fuck I want. The best thing I recommend is, like I said in the video, like literally go have a shower, go get yourself ready, do something that keeps your mind occupied, because before you know it, that thing will go off. So go try to do something productive and make use of your time, because especially if you're at this age now, this is the perfect age to take risks, to do what you want to do. If you're not in debt or whatever, like go out and try something. I like to make sure that I hustle and grind when I'm young. I love that mindset, and then knowing that it will all pay off in the future, and you know, we could all live a really happy life, have a happy, comfortable family, do what I have to do, achieve all my goals and dreams, you know. Anyways, I'm gonna go chuck that into a container, keep it fresh. That's gonna cook. I'm gonna go do what I have to do, probably clean my room, organize myself. What's the time? That's the thing about vlogging certain days, very time consuming. It's already 1 o'clock, this thing's gotta cook. So I'm probably gonna go to the gym a bit in the evening. Yes, right. Oh, now it's getting bright. Woo, oh, that's too bad. But anyways, yeah, that's that. So yeah, bada bing, bada boom. I'm changed in my gym gear. Fuck. The days that I feel motivated and really eager to keep going, I will like literally not eat as much. So then those days that I feel a bit burnt out, I don't go out too ballistic full like, oh, cheat day, come on, let's just... No, I don't stuff my face. And what I do, I'd rather, instead of having a cheat day, I'd rather have an extra meal that keeps me satiated and going, because the damage that's gonna do, if any, is probably nothing, because that extra meal is probably gonna bump me up to maintenance, if not maybe the slightest surplus. So that day, I put on a bit of muscle, if I'm lucky. Beautiful. I feel like sometimes I go on such an aggressive diet that those cheat days or those days I eat even more, it literally doesn't affect me as much as I think it does. Like, unless I go ballistic and I get water weight, water retention, just bloated the following day, and it takes a couple of days to reset your body. But other than that, if I have like an extra meal, I have like a small little 90-calorie biscuit or something, I realize like it doesn't make a difference. I'd rather have that, keep me satiated and keep me going, than rather have like 10,000 extra calories of fucking pizza. It smells pretty good. It smells as good as it looks. I'm a fucking idiot. I didn't put baking paper in the chicken one, but I put baking paper with the chips. If anything, you're allowed to get away with, like, the chips make less of a mess now. Oh my God, look at that. Thing is, that's why I like to use baking paper. That's why I think baking paper is the best solution, because even when you try and wash it, some of it can be a bit of a struggle to get off, you know? Let's make it look actually nice, huh? 2 drumsticks. As you can see, the chips decided to stick together, so. Alright. If I ever feel like the meals is a bit too bland, use American barbecue sauce. Tastes really good, goes really well with steak, gives it that smoky, it's American barbecue, traditional smoky flavors. Really cool. Pretty good. I mean, potatoes, one of the, I find, satiating carbs. Rice, on the other hand, maybe not as much. That's why when I found out, well, I started off having mashed potatoes, which is pretty good, those like mashed potatoes, frozen. But then you can't really put them in the air fryer. I mean, you could, because then it starts to crisp on the outside and comes out like potato gems, but they're mushy on the inside, so Could try that. Ooh, this one's a bit oily. Nothing better than the drumstick, honestly. I don't even have to use a barbecue sauce. This thing tasted good. All right, I'll see you guys in a minute. Just gonna clean up, organize some stuff. I go to 2 gyms. One's a Derrimut gym, which is like a 15-minute drive, and then the other one's a Jets gym, which is like a 5-minute drive. The Jets gym, smaller, more ideal and easy to go to for more regularly. When I want to film content, the lighting in the Derrimut gym that I go to, that's why I did the cinematic vlog with that little corner there. Optimum lighting! Optimum lighting! You need the shreds to go with it. But optimum lighting can make a fat cunt look good, relatively speaking. My back's cooked. My legs, they've got a few left in me, so what better way to support your back and pump out a few more reps, grow these fucking bad boys, all right? If we're walking tomorrow, then that means we didn't do a fucking good job, did we? The thing that's getting me through this workout, just thinking about that lovely, beautiful salad I'm gonna have at home. All right, it's gonna have eggs in there, and then I'm gonna get some chicken skills. I'm gonna chuck them in the air fryer. I'm gonna chuck some salad just to make it feel more filling. Oh, I think I'm gonna do a couple more sets of that. Quickly smash it out. We'll train some carbs, baby. was pretty good. Feel like a rabbit. Just gotta pack up, organize a few things, prepare for tomorrow, got work tomorrow. You know, you gotta make money somehow until this thing takes off. But you bet your ass I'm gonna put my all into it, so thought I'd take you on a bit of a leg day, show you some healthy recipes along the way. I'm a pretty fast eater. I don't understand how people can just take their time and eat because I'm always hungry. But that was satiating and fulfilling, and for a diet, all I had today, protein coffee, pre-workout meal, post-workout meal. If I actually had my phone on me and I do an actual rough calculation with like MyFitnessPal, I'm gonna say I probably had about no more than 1,800 calories to be realistic. And I'm gonna overestimate too. That's what happens on a cut. You're gonna get lean, and then I can slowly add in some more food back into my system and get nice and big, get strong, and all that good stuff. Anyways, I'll leave it at that. If you guys enjoyed the video, smash the like button. You guys know what to do, and I'll see you in the next one.